Now, before we continue on to the video, just need to be able to take a few seconds of your time. And so we want to be able to ask you a question. Are you looking to gain more referrals for your agency, your home health, your home care, your hospice agency? We want you to be able to join us at our online marketing bootcamp that has over 7.5 hours of training. When you actually watch our bootcamp and join our online marketing bootcamp training, so sign up for a limited time at 10xpatientreferrals.com.
Hey everyone, it's Michael here and welcome to the prospecting video series here at Home Health Success Academy and 10xpatientreferrals.com. So in this video, we're going to start talking about emails and voicemails, right? Because these are going to be an important part in your whole framework of your follow-up system for these people that you're trying to visit. Typically, the most important thing when it comes to a voicemail, when it comes, to an email, is to be able to have what we call the intro. A purpose, a compelling reason, and also, of course, your information. So, when we talk about the intro, you can say, hey, this is Michael, this is Michael Echeverria, and then you can say the purpose, the reason for this call, right, is that I want to be able to speak to you in regards to maybe take a few minutes of your time. I know your time is busy. Compelling reason in regards to one of your patients or in regards to your patient discharges. Now, this is typically something that I will use and I will do when it comes to me making that first initial, call. If I'm not able to see them when I first do the walk-in, cold walk-in, I typically like to make cold calls when I'm going to before I do a marketing blitz. I'll just call every single person at my top 125 list. And the reason for that is I might be able to set up an appointment just from my initial voicemail call. So I'm gonna say, hey, this is Michael, and the reason for this call is that I want to be able to speak to you in regards to one of your discharged patients or one of your patients, right? And I'm going to keep it vague. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make, especially in the initial voicemail, right, is the part where they start selling people automatically. And I don't understand why people are doing this. They say, hey, this is Michael with ABC. I'm with, this is Michael with ABC Home Health. We provide skilled nursing. I want to be able to talk to you and I want to be able to maybe take care of your patients and maybe you want to try us. Please, we have quality care. And all of these things happen. It's what I call pretty much verbal vomit, right? Or marketing vomit. Don't even start with that. Why are you trying to get something for them before you give them something? Right? I want to share something with you, doctor. That's what something I'll say. Hey, listen, this is Michael. I want to be, the reason for this call is I want to be able to take maybe 3-5 minutes of your time. I know your time is busy and I know it's valuable. And I just want to be able to share with you some information about your patient discharges and see how I can be able to add some input to it. Anything that you can do. I want it where when I'm speaking to someone, when I'm trying to reach out to them, that I'm actually saying, hey, I want to help you, right? I know, and see, if you guys remember the part of what I said, I know that you're busy. I just need 3 to 5 minutes. That's what we call a false time constraint. Because a lot of times, it's one of the big objections people say is that, they're busy, they don't have time for meetings. And, when you walk in, they're going to be like, oh my God, this person's going to try to take 30 minutes, 15 minutes, hour of my time. And I'm saying, like, listen, I just want to be able to meet you. I just need 3 minutes, 5 minutes of your time. That's it. Right? So, that gives value and saying, hey, I recognize that you're busy and I value it. And, so that's something of my initial voicemail. I keep it short. You don't want to have your voicemail go more than 20 seconds. Now, here's an important part, right? You have your intro, you have your purpose, you have your compelling reason. Then there's the last part, right? And this is where a lot of people fail when they leave voicemails, is your name and number, right? You're going to have to give them your name and number. Now, here's the thing. When you give them your name and then you give them your number, do not, right? If you're going to expect them to call you back on your cell phone, for example, if you want them to call you back on your cell phone, let's say, one of the things you want to do is you call them with your cell phone. Don't call with another number, then tell them your cell phone number there, okay? It's just going to get fluid because if you accidentally end up calling somebody directly in their cell, the caller ID is not going to match. So make sure where you call from is where you get your calls back, okay? So that's one technique. And also, when you give your name and your phone number in the end, you're going to say it twice. You're going to say, this is Michael Echeverria with ABC Home Health. My number is 630-340-8990. And then you're going to say, let me repeat that again, right? The reason why you want to say, let me repeat that again is for the reason that when you start talking about your number, they might not have a pen. And by you saying, let me repeat that again, they're going to think, well, I don't have to rewind my voicemail, thank God, right? So you're going to say, let me repeat that again. Pause a second, and then you give your name and your number again, okay? These are the things that's so important for you guys that you need to be able to remember. Now, there's a study that's been said that, in communication, pretty much the large amount of percentage happens with pretty much what we call visual, what we can see, right? And the other part really is what we call nonverbal, right? Nonverbal body language. Or at the same time as there's a 7% only that matters in regards to the words that you say, right? Now, when we are talking to somebody on the phone, what happens is they don't visually see us, right? So that part is out the door. Now we're just working with the nonverbal parts. And so when we leave a voicemail, right, you need to avoid having the high-pitched sound, right? You're not gonna say, "This is Mike from ABC Home Health." If you say something like that, what happens is automatically in their brain, in their head, they're thinking about, "Oh, this is a sales pitch," right? You want to be able to, pay attention to your vocal tones, right? The speed, how fast are you talking, or if you're talking too slow is also bad as well. So you want to be able to have a good rhythm in there, right? And not talk really fast. Now, like I said, it's your voicemail is going to be about 20 seconds, no more than that. So if you actually create a structure of how your voicemail is going to go, and you listen to yourself and you start hearing and saying, "I'm talking a little bit too fast," and it's hitting the exact 20-second mark, then you need to be able to make sure that you go back and remove some of the wordings in there, right? And that's an important thing. Now, moving on to your email, it goes the same exact way. You must have several things in your email. You must have your intro. You must have your purpose. You must have your compelling reason, right? And typically your email will match, some form or a longer form of what you're doing in your voicemail that particular week. So like, for example, if I'm on my second week and I already visited the doctor and I wanted to talk to them and say, "Hey doc, let me talk to you about, our on-call services that we have a 24 on-call service where the patient is able to get a hold of us easily." Or let's say I want to talk to the physician and say, "Hey doc, I know I shared with you last week on why you should work with us, and that's because we have our medication reminder program that we make sure that we call the patients every day to remind them to take their medications," right? And they get a call exactly at 9 o'clock from our company. And by the way, just to let you guys know, we actually do that in our companies. Each one of our clients, for like say our home care in Florida, for example, all 200 something or so patients that we have for our non-medical gets a call exactly at 9 o'clock. That's something that we actually do within our company. And that's actually a company that is owned as well by Home Health Success Academy, that we provide services for other home care companies. And this gives them and makes them look valuable because we are reminding the patients daily to make sure they take their medications. So we remove the chances or reduce the chance of medication non-compliance, which is one of the reasons why patients end up in the hospital, right? But anyways, segueing back. So, if me and the doctor that I did a presentation to, they actually see that, "Oh, wait, you know what? I might be interested about this one. I'm going to come in the following week and I'm going to say, 'Hey doctor, let me share that with you. Here's some information.' But if they're not there, I dropped off some information for them. I'm going to then follow up with an email and say, 'Hey doctor, the reason for me stopping by was for me to give you some information about so-and-so.' And then I may even attach in that email a flyer or the same stuff that I was going to drop off to them, and maybe I can give it to them electronically. Or if I have a video presentation, which we do on most anything that we talk about that is going to increase our value, we're going to include a link to that video in that email structure, right? Now, another thing on your emails is, the last thing you want to do is, let's say you have something to say that's a whole paragraph long. You don't want to make it a whole paragraph. What you need to do is you need to chunk it. What I would do is I would divide that paragraph up into 2 sentences. So let's say, for example, there's a total of 8 sentences within that whole paragraph. I'm just going to make 2 sentence space, 2 sentence space, I'm going to try to keep it separate, right? Back in the days when we sent emails to people, we read the whole thing back in the 90s. But nowadays, people don't like long emails. So you want to keep it short, to the point. Right? That is the most important thing. Another thing I also like to try is this. In my emails, I'm always going to say, "Hey doctor, just to let you know, I'm going to stop by next week. Is there anything I can help you with?" I'm always going to try to figure out, is there something that I can add value from me to you? Now, that's of course if we already met. But here's the thing, guys. Sometimes I've seen it happens where, it took us 6 weeks of follow-ups before we even get a physician to call us back, before we even get a social worker to call us back. But consistency is the key, right? Most marketers will visit once, get a roadblock, and they won't visit again. For my team, I always teach people that if you can visit them once a week, times 8 weeks, if it's a marketing blitz, and email and call them every week at the very same time, a total of 24 touches in a matter of an 8-week span, that right there increase your chances, but it's consistency. Most people can't even do this marketing blitz, this framework for more than a week. But if you can, then you guys are going to win. And the next step is to actually know what you need to put into those presentations, what you need to have to make yourselves better. Right now, we're in a prospecting series. You should be able to know how to create your policies and procedures on your processes and your sales process. And later on, you should be able to be better at your presentation as well, right? That right there is going to make you even better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's move on to the next video.
Hey everyone, we want to be able to invite you to our 10xpatientreferrals.com, where we have our online home health marketing academy that's going to be able to help either a home health, home care, or hospice agency increase referrals, increase their census, and create a profitable company. Now, at this very moment, you're going to have access to these information through these training, marketing to physicians, how to get to hospitals, how to be able to get into nursing homes, and much, much more at a month-to-month basis with no contracts needed. It's just month to month. Now, guess what? We are offering you guys for a limited time 50% off any one of our plans. Just choose which one is going to be able to work better for you. So just stop by the 10xpatientreferrals.com at any given moment. So these are the plans that are available, whether it's the gold, the silver, or the platinum plan. Most people go for the gold plan, but it's up to you what's going to work for you. We definitely want to be able to have you come in and work with us. So here's two choices. Go to 10xpatientreferrals.com or click the link down below. Take advantage of this right now at this very moment and sign up with us. We would like to thank our sponsors of this video, and over here at 10xpatientreferrals.com, our goal is to provide you guys amazing information on every single one of our videos. So medicationreminderprogram.com provides daily medication reminders for your patients. They call your patients twice a day to remind them to take their medications. What happens is a top reason of hospitalization for senior citizens is not taking their medications. So this program allows you to be able to keep your patients and not lose any revenue, but at the very same time, it allows you to stand out when you are marketing to other referral sources because you're providing more services, more programs than the competition around you guys. The next thing we want to be able to share with you guys is they have 3 different packages available for you at this very moment. Choose which one works for you. If you're an agency that's just starting up and you have less than 10 patients, you can go with the silver plan. Or if you have 50 patients, you can go with the gold plan. Or if you have up to 100 patients, it is only the choice to use the platinum plan. But guess what? It's up to you which one works for you guys. For a cost of as little as 33 cents per patient a day, it is worth everything for you guys. The next thing is HomeCareAnsweringService.com. It's an answering services for your agency. So if you want to be able to have us handle all the calls for you in the weekends or the off hours when your business office is closed, we can definitely do that. Or we can even answer your calls for you during the day as well. Allows you to be able to do everything for your company. So HomeCareAnsweringService.com is your solution for answering your calls on a timely manner.